It is a beautiful day out. I am home this morning and I'm gonna get my workout in this morning. I am going to clean out the chicken coop. Super exciting to do that today. Actually, I'm actually looking forward to it because I am trying a deep bedding this year. So that means that last year I started putting wood chips down in the chicken coop and just let them poop all over that, and I would add wood chips as it kind of started to smell. That was down all winter long. So the plan is now to go in there and dig that out and put it in a pile for compost, and then I'm gonna start a new layer and see how that works. But first, we have to go get the wheelbarrow that has cow manure in it. Because guess who busted the tire on the big wagon? That would be me, and I haven't fixed that yet. So, gotta grab this, go dump this, and then use it to clean out the chicken coop. Hello, Miss Annabelle. Hello, goaties. Miss Hattie. They're all coming in here thinking I'm gonna feed them. Not right now, maybe later. Alright, off we go to the chicken coop. And there's the mobile coop we're going to finish today, hopefully. Here's where the compost is going. These are new, totally not level, but they work. So that's where I'm going to put this manure. The chickens can get in there, scratch around. It's also where we put the scraps, as you can see. Right there, and maybe right there. And so that's the plan. So you can see the wood chips and some of the straw that we've put down. Probably got a good 6 inches or so in here. The plan is to get all this cleaned out. So I got a different shovel, I got the hoe, and a bandana. Okay, so we're gonna switch gears a little bit. One battery died, and now the card's full. So, back up. All right, so I had to go get the shovel and the hoe. I got a bandana to put over my nose and my mouth because whenever I get in there, start stirring that around, not the greatest smell. And I don't wanna breathe in everything, so this will help a little bit, but let's go ahead and get this. So far, I think I've gotten like 4 loads with the wheelbarrow. It didn't work out quite the way I was thinking it would, but I think that's my fault because chickens actually haven't been in this coop like 24/7 and in their run. They're able to get out and get into the yard and free range. So some of their poop is in the yard, which I don't like, which is going to be changing this next year. So I'm hoping that once I get this finished cleaning out, that I'll start all over again, and this time in a full year there will be nice composted chicken manure with the straw or the wood chips or whatever we put down. That is the plan. We'll see if it works. So here's my next load. I've got a little bit that I took off the top that's really not decomposed that I will probably put back in the coop, and then they're all checking it out, seeing what I got going on. Got 2 hens that are getting a little broody, so I'm thinking about putting them on some eggs. But down here is what I have left. I've just kind of cleaned around the edges down to the bottom of the board. We did have lime in here on the bottom. You can see some of the gray, and that was the lime. But one good thing about this now is that it will be cool in the summer. This floor will be nice and cool. It won't be producing heat like it was with the compost going on. So through the summer, it should stay fairly cooler than what it would normally. Finish this up, and then I'm gonna plant some ginger. Already enjoying the fruits of my labor. Look at them. Last load. Going in the pile. Voicing their displeasure, I guess. So I put that little bit back in here. They can scratch around, get their water back in, their feed pail, and hopefully they are happy with that. So we'll see how it works next year. I do have a nice pile out here though at the end of the run with some partially composted, so I'm just gonna kind of see how that works. I may be able to use it, may be able to till it in a little bit with some of my raised rows. So we'll wait and see what happens. But I'm gonna clean up back in the greenhouse, and I have this little ginger rhizome, is that what it's called, that I purchased at the grocery store. This is an organic ginger rhizome now, or ginger root, not real sure. This is totally new to me. So the plan is I'm gonna break this. I am gonna break this in a couple pieces and I'm gonna plant it, but you can actually see, if you look right here, right there, it's actually going to sprout right there. So there should be little eyes on there. So see, like this one right here. And so we'll just plant it like this, and wherever those little eyes are, that is where the plant is going to come up, the leaves, the green part. And see, there's another one right here. So I'm actually going to break this end right here off, and I'm going to put it in a smaller container, and then I'm going to put this one in a bigger one, and I'll show you what I'm going to put them in. So I watched a couple of videos, and I'm going to put the smaller piece in this small shallow dish with some of my compost mix, and then this was in the chicken coop, and I'm not going to use it for them right now, so I'm actually going to put some dirt in here and use it for the bigger one. Now the reason, I watched a couple of videos, and one of them said if you're going to plant in a container, that you could actually do a shallow container because the ginger grows laterally or horizontally, so you don't need like all the depth for the roots to grow down, so it grows sideways and then shoots up. So I'm gonna give this a try and see how it works. Okay, first you gotta find all your tools. All right, so I'm just gonna stir this up a little bit and get it loose. That is one thing, you do want loose soil. As you can see, that is really nice loose soil. The plan is not to put a lot in here. I'm gonna put a little bit, and then I'm going to get my, I bought some bone meal and some blood meal for my potatoes that are in these containers. Now once I get the chickens closed up in the coop, these are going outside. They have actually sprouted. Let me show you those. They have sprouted, so that's good. So that is just the seed potatoes that I bought. And I put a little bit of compost, some blood meal, some bone meal, and a little bit of ashes from where we had a burn pile, and then I put mixed that in a little bit, put the potatoes, did the same thing again and watered it really good, and they're coming up so far. So I'm just going to put a little bit in here. I really should have on my gloves for this, I'm thinking. Because it's kind of gross when you think about it. And put a little bit of there. Mix that in a little bit. Alright, now time for the small ginger. So I'm just going to take it and just snap it apart. Hopefully that's okay. Okay, so this one has 1, 2, I can tell that look like they're going to sprout for sure. So we're just gonna place that in there, lay it right down, and then I'm gonna cover it up, and I'm gonna put a little bit of more of the bone and blood meal on it and water it and leave it in here. So I was reading that you don't have to cover them with very much soil. Gonna do that over there so I don't make a mess. So see that? Got a little bit to the top there. Alright, so that one is ready to water. I have never grown ginger before. I've always been curious about it, but I've just never done it. And it seems to be pretty easy. So you can actually buy it from the grocery store. You can buy the rhizomes from the grocery store. That's what I did. This one actually was just left over from a recipe that I was using, and I saw something come up and I was like, hey, I have that. So why not go ahead and try it and plant it? So we're gonna see how it goes. Let's go ahead and fill this big one up right here. Put some compost in it. All right, let's go ahead and add a little blood meal, a little bone meal. Mix that in a little bit, just real lightly. All right, we're gonna grab our ginger. You can see it's got one here. Looks like here and here maybe. All right, so we're just gonna place that. That looks tiny. It looks tiny in that big old thing. All right, so we're just gonna put some more soil on here. Break up these clumps. All right, add a little bit more blood meal and bone meal. Mix it in again. All right, now it's time to water. All right, got the water. I'm really gonna have to work on a water catch system so I don't have to keep going back and forth to the faucet. But I put it up here, put the bigger ginger thing up here, and hopefully that works out for now. I don't want it in the floor. And then put the other one up here. I do have, these have grown like crazy since like yesterday. I came out here and I watered them. Got some, just a bunch of seeds in here for herbs, and I've got a bunch over here, just a bunch of plants and just things that I purchased this year. All right, enough about the other plants. That's another video. Let's get the ginger watered. That says not too much, considering this actually does not have holes in it. So I'll let that kind of soak in and see what happens. And then get this one watered. All right, got that one watered. I could not do that one-handed. So that one's watered and this one's watered. I want to make sure there was no water standing. That one has, it's pretty soupy. So I'll come back out here later and check on it and see. I'm not really sure how long it takes for these to sprout. The video that I watched had, the guy had like a plant within like 2 to 4 months. I think it was like 2 months old maybe. And he already had green coming up like quite a bit. So I'm thinking maybe, I don't know, 7 to 10 days. I should probably look that up. So I'm headed in to clean up, and then I've got to run to town and do some things. If you do the deep bedding compost in your chicken, with your chickens, let me know what you do, if you've had success, because I need some tips for it, because it didn't work out quite like I wanted. I think it's because, like I said, they weren't in there for like a full year or long enough and pooping on it continuously. But I want to make my chickens work for me and not just give me eggs, but actually work and do some other things. So I'm thinking they're just going to stay in the run, and they're going to stay in that coop. And the mobile coop is going to be for the meat birds, and the other one that I've got right now is going to be maybe a brooding pen. I'm not real sure yet. We'll see how it goes. Just trying some things out this year to see how it works out. But I've got lots of greens in here that I want to get planted as well. I'm just kind of waiting. This is our next week or so. It looks really good. So I'm hoping to get the caterpillar tunnel up and to get some other things, get the chickens put up so I can get some stuff out without nets over it. So really looking forward to this year's summer garden.